What's up, everybody? It is Derptastic Wednesday, March the 6th at a little bit before 10 a.m. for me. I would assume it's a lot later for most of you because most of you are either European or Midwest to East Coast in America, etc., etc. But that is beside the point. For once, I think I set everything up properly. Windows are aligned, the information's correct. Hopefully, it's streaming. I'm never quite sure. How about we check real quick? Yep, it looks like I'm talking. It's unfortunate for all of you, but nonetheless. Welcome, my friends, as always. Revolt, welcome back. Dark Raven. Let's see. Lacrid, welcome. It's good to see you, my friend, as well. Mighty, Pobu, Rocky, and Wazio. Alright, my friends, we're going to start out. Who would you like to see first as a Binding of Isaac run? We'll start out with a little Binding of Isaac, as always. It's I thought about changing it up, but you know what? Let's stick with the tried and true, and we'll move on from there. We'll play a little FTL as well, maybe a little Don't Starve. Kane it is. No problem. You guys are being nice today, huh? What's going on? I'm a little afraid. And maybe we can move into some different games. Maybe play a little Civ for once, or play some Chivalry. Some... who knows? I started in the Cellar XL, which makes Kane even a better choice because I'll start out with a key. How's everybody doing this week so far? Life treating everyone well, I hope. Or as well as possible, as well as can be, to be expected. Spoonbender, yeah, it's a possibility of decent. It can, Mask of Infamy, this can be bad against, and even sometimes zombies. This can have unfortunate effects, but it's not a bad item at all. Glad to hear it, Wazio. Were you thinking of getting SimCity? Or were you just curious in general if I was? I don't think I'll probably end up picking it up. Shady, what's up? Wow, Rocky, is it like snowing or? It's getting nasty over here, but it's just probably going to bring in a small storm with rain and stuff like that, just in general. Dark Knight, welcome as well. Always good to see you. Alright, let's go for the secret room here. Yeah, kind of had a feeling. Oh, well, gotta trust those gut instincts. I'm doing pretty well. You know, the usual. I'm always tired, but I'm not direst at least. I will be up and available for at least the amount of time that Twitch is going to be available today. We probably, only have about 4.5 hours before I think Twitch is going to go down for about at least an hour. They're going to do a little bit of maintenance, so hopefully, I'm hoping, going to fix some of the lag issues and stuff. Well, thank you, Shady. I appreciate it. Well, hopefully the stream's not going to end real quick by me dying. Wow, Rocky, that's pretty crazy. Because, like, it's one thing to have fun with, Corbin, my scrub acolyte. It's one thing to have, you know, like a nice little storm and maybe have school canceled, stuff like that. But when it's starting to interfere with, like, well, it's becoming dangerous or your normal day of life stuff, that's pretty bad. I have played some Nazi Zombies. There's actually a couple episodes up on the YouTube right now. I could maybe play a little of that. Although, probably record a little bit of that later. Can't even see out of the windows. Jeez, man, that's pretty not good. Will I be on after the update? I'm gonna guess probably not, just because I'm not sure how long the update's gonna take. So I'm just gonna go ahead and not plan on it, and then if things work out, then all the better. I think you'll be okay, Wazio. Once you get used to the game and get the feel of it, I think you'll have it. Yeah, we can play some Dark Knight. Alright, let's see if Judgment is going to be our buddy today. There's a lot of spots for the secret room, unfortunately. No, that'll help in that extent, at least. That's not good. Damn it! Freaking... my reflexes aren't quite where they are right now. I'm in the process of changing my sleep schedule, which is a good thing. Which means I'll hopefully be up during the day more, which really doesn't make too much of a difference, but hopefully I'll be able to start exercising again, which will give me more energy, sleeping more, which will give me more energy, so I can stream more. which real saps my energy. So I'm hoping for a lot of good things out of all that. No. No love on the secret room. And even though we are on an XL floor, this is a relatively large floor for the cellar. But yeah, if Faith gets on later, maybe we can play some Nazi zombie armies. It just depends on, once again, the amount of time that Twitch is going to be up, which isn't probably a whole lot today. Oh, I never have bad days, so I won't ever complain. We were having a little rough luck, but nonetheless, I think we have it today. I think we got this. Judgment dying was unfortunate, though. That's slightly unfortunate. You know what? Let's get crazy. Okay. You know what? Krampus is an okay situation. He's going to give us a slight damage up with in regards to the further our shots go, the better. Kane, unfortunately, has really crappy range, so it's not as effective. But because we will have homing shots, hopefully more of our shots will hit. So, and it may give us a slight range up slightly because they'll home into the enemies that are a little bit out of our reach. Unfortunately, though, our damage is pretty gosh darn awful. We have almost no health. And this is actually kind of a surprising draw for so early on in the game. Krampus usually shows up a little later, a lot of times it feels like. Iceland? Wow. So yeah, for most of you that are hopefully noticing a difference, if you haven't been here for a while or weren't here for Sunday stream, you'll be noticing that the stream should be smoother and not laggy. What I did is I'm downscaling the resolution for all of you to 720 instead of my normal 1080. Still the same for me because, well, I refuse to play at 720. It's just, it would be too different than what I'm used to. But it's actually able to help a lot of you that have internet maybe that can't keep up with 1080 streaming, which is actually kind of rough. So hopefully everybody's seeing stuff well. Hopefully the quality difference isn't too much. Thank you, Crystal, as always. Very good friend of mine. Also, little bro, welcome. Gold 5 in ranked on League the other day. Wow, nice core. Have you been playing a lot of ranked or just playing like solo queue stuff? Man, it's really unfortunate that we weren't quick enough to prevent Judgment from killing himself. That would have been a probably health up, I would assume, or maybe a damage up. Nice score. Very cool. Whoops, that was a total misuse. I thought he was going to jump. So yeah, actually, homing shots might be adding a little bit of range. I don't know. Not such a big deal. We're actually going to die right off the bat because I'm not paying attention. All right, replay. Here we go. Who you been playing a lot as core, or what lane? Or are you just kind of doing whatever? Seriously, the weather dropped about like 15 degrees here. And for most of you guys, it's still warm as all hell probably. But I was starting to get used to what, you know, a normal spring weather was again. And man, my hands just can't take it. Cold weather. My circulation in my hands and feet are bad. Being the furthest extremities away from the heart, that's relatively natural, but mine seem to be a little bit worse, unfortunately. Nothing life-threatening, nothing even really to complain about, but it does make it slightly harder to play games. Support and ADC, very nice. It's actually probably two very good spots to play in conjunction with each other because of the fact that hopefully you know what's going on through the mind of the other person because you've been there yourself. And sorry to hear about your allergies there, a lot of you. might have not been being overly nice to me either. Allergies are not fun. There are worse things in life, but allergies don't exactly help things along. Wow, that is awesome. We haven't had Epicac in a long time. We are going to kill ourselves in some horrible, sad fashion, I'm assuming, but it's going to be an interesting run now. And there's our dime. What up, Dubstepped? How goes it? Welcome back, bud. To have, like, support and jungler for duo queue? Oh, yeah, no. For duo queue, for sure. But, I mean, just, like, it's good that you play AD carry, so when you support, you know exactly what your ADC is hoping, and you know, as an AD carry, what your support you're hoping from. Is kind of what I was going with. But, yeah, I definitely think having a good jungle, someone that you know, or someone that's good, or you understand how they play, is very, very good. A jungle can make or break the game. Especially when I used to play top lane, it was irritating as all hell because jungles don't seem to ever want to help top lane when I play. And it's like, dude, just a little bit of help can go a really big way. But no love. No love was ever given. Alright, let's double our money before we waste all of it. The fact that we have Epicac is amazing. It's... yeah, Dubstep. I'm running a Z68 EVGA SLI motherboard along with a 2500K Intel processor quad core that I have overclocked to 4.2. I then... Ooh, yep, here comes the luck today. I then have a EVGA GTX 580 graphics card that is overclocked as well. Factory overclock. I haven't overclocked it myself yet, which I probably will end up doing. 580i water cooling system, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and a Leon Lee full tower with that's made completely out of aluminum. So I think those are the relevant specs. Yeah, mid and bot are very important. Top lane is mostly just about farming for the most part, but like the thank you, Dubstep. I'm really probably happy that Solus isn't here. Solus Phoenix would shite his pants right now. It's actually unfortunate, Core. In some ways, that's kind of bad because an Epicac run would have been hilarious. But you don't ever give up Epic Fetus. Theoretically, one of the best items in the game. Luck OP indeed. And then we're going to combine our half-off compass with a... I can't stop laughing. With the treasure map, which will make everything amazing. I'm sure we can eventually get someone as a moderator, Waz. I have a lot right now, actually, so I'm kind of holding off on that, but that doesn't mean that in the future that can't change. I switched to my PC to an open air build. My temps are around 20 cooler. Wow. Nice, Shady. What's your CPU up to now, then? Because 0.6 can be a big difference. It can be a very big difference, actually. Alright, I'm going to use our Hangman, but run into the spikes anyway. I was hoping to avoid taking that last half Spirit Heart damage. More on principle than anything. Okay. Okay, nice. Nice, Shady. Okay, I'll take the Book of Shadows. Green Bastard, welcome. Abel, terrible item. It's a good thing that we have a couple of the strongest items of the game already. So now what do we want? We want Mr. Boom. We want Bob's Curse. Anything to affect our bombs. Because I believe Epic Fetus still counts as a bomb. Whoa! Whoa! Did anybody else see him home in on me like that? Okay, Pentagram. I don't know if damage up is affected through this. And Mom's Knife, huh? I don't use XSplit. I use OBS, actually. So we've pretty much received... no problem, Corman. Have a good one, bud. We've pretty much received every single powerful item in the game so far, with regarding maybe with withstanding Polyphemus and maybe some contacts or something like that. But pretty much every single amazing item. Nice. Have fun, Corman. Let me know what Quinn is. She seems like a half-decent character. Oops. Clicking outside of my window is probably going to be the only issue I have with this run. Oh, the tick. He says as he almost picks up the tick. Actually, at this point in the game, blue candles not necessary. Epic Fetus is a much stronger item. We will want to pick up some more money and grab the coin purse if at all possible. Pretty much all we need now is flying would be nice. Obviously some more health. You know, little things like that that won't really make or break the game, but it can keep me from doing stupid stuff like getting hit by all of that. Just because I'm not paying attention. Nice pill. What do we have? Full health. Cool. We'll immediately get rid of half our health to get bad gas. And health up. There you go. Scout, welcome to the stream. In the idea of trying to clear out this entire first caves floor, let's go ahead and do just that. Okay. Secret room. Still no secret room. I'm assuming we may not have a secret room on this floor, which is very rare, but it can happen because, my goodness, that's not good, because of the fact that we have the treasure map and it should show it to us, but it is not. Book of Revelations, yet another powerful item. That's awesome, Lonmi. Very cool. Yeah, Dubs, what do you mean it's always slow? Yeah, no problem, Dubstep. I don't mind. I would say one of my favorite streamers is probably my buddy Faith. He streams every day and is always a lot of fun to watch because he really knows his games, and I have a lot of fun watching him. It's Faith707, so F4ITH 707. Whoops, once again. Not paying attention. That actually probably is going to be the death to me this run because I'm not paying attention. But yeah, it's really good times. I recommend using OBS, Dubstep. It's going to not slow down your computer quite as much. Oh, what's up? And what do you mean it's slowing it down? Like your computer's, like, the frames are low? Or like when people watch it, they're saying this stuff is slow, but it's fine for you. Shady, do you stream? Euro compatible streams, woohoo! So yeah, there was no secret room on that floor. Interesting. Happens every once in a while, but does cancer affect? No, not really. Yeah, Hoog, we had Epicac, we had this, Mom's Knife, and a couple other already within the first couple floors. Is way more active. I was genuinely interested though. Followed Faith, and I'll check him out. Yeah, no problem, Shady. Thank you. I appreciate that. And feel free to link your YouTube, or your Twitch, or both. I don't mind. Link it in chat. If you guys have something that you'd like to, yep. There's Polyphemus. Another extremely overpowered item. We're going to get every single powerful item in the game on this run, it seems like. Angelicus, welcome back. So everybody, there's Shady Pone's YouTube and his Twitch. If you feel like checking him out, a friend of the channel, you're more than welcome to. I recommend it. He's a nice guy. No problem, Shady. It's not past your bedtime, Licorice. That's always a plus. Another episode of Dead Space. Which Dead Space are you playing? Ooh, more pills. Range up. Health up. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and check for super secrets. Nope. Nice. Nice, Shady. You having fun with the game so far? I really feel that Dead Space, the whole entire series, is really good. Gonna immediately explode the fortune teller. That's not necessarily good. Because you were scared or didn't like it? Nice, Shady. Yeah, Dead Space is I love the series a lot. Yeah, no problem, Dubstep. A big thing about I really recommend looking online, checking Google and stuff like that can really make a difference, because they a lot of times will have answers to your questions when it comes to that stuff, Dub, or also how to solve issues you're having, or can tell you specs on how to set up your stuff. If you have, why is my fire stuck on? All right, I'm gonna have to watch out for that. If you have a really bad processor or bad internet, you're probably not gonna be able to stream. Streaming takes a lot, and I mean a lot of computer power. And a lot of people, I don't recommend doing that. I recommend actually doing YouTube instead, because it takes longer to render stuff, sure, but you don't have to have a really powerful computer to actually be able to do it. Yeah, it's not as good as flying, but we'll start with this, I guess. Yeah, certain games will still struggle. I recommend streaming at 720p or less. Don't stream at 1080 like I normally do, because some of you guys will still have issues with that, unfortunately. Now, once I get partnered, and I'm assuming that I'll get partnered one day, which there's no reason I should assume that, but if I ever get partnered through Twitch, I'll start streaming at 1080p again, and then that way, those of you that have the capability to watch me at 1080, which most of you can, and then for those of you that can't and lagged, excuse me, you'll be able to watch at 720, so everybody can win on that. Nice. Maggie's Faith, a really good trinket. MC stuff, sometimes mod beta vids, nice. So Hoog is doing some YouTube stuff. If you guys want to check out Hoog at YouTube, and no, that's not properly how you say his name. That's just the only way I can say it, because I'm a complete and utter idiot. But I recommend checking out his YouTube as well. E5700. I don't know what. It's a dual core at 3 gigahertz. I'm assuming is what that is, because that I'm not aware of that processor. Last vid 5 months ago. Depending on what you're trying to stream, that would probably be okay. You're not going to be able to stream stuff at 1080. Certain games like League of Legends, PlanetSide, Chivalry are going to be probably hard to stream too. Those are very CPU intensive games. But continually fiddling with your settings is going to make a big difference. Yeah, Isaac's more reliant on the software that it's made with, which is Flash, if I remember correctly. And so sometimes, even if with a good computer, it's not always going to run the best. I'll still get lag every once in a while. But that's when they're making Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Rebirth will have its own engine, I believe, with, well, a better engine to allow for less lag, hopefully. But yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. I am probably not the best one to ask, but I will definitely lend whatever knowledge I have I was hoping that last spirit heart would be enough. I'll lend whatever knowledge or help I can, for sure. So we're pretty much super completely overpowered for only 4 floors in. Massive amounts of health. Every single great item in the game was either available to us or we actually took itself. You know what, Who? I feel we need more health up. And you know, how about to make sure we have lots of health, we'll just get Little Chad, which for once is actually probably not a bad pickup. And we'll drop on down. Hey, agreed. That's actually really good, because that means our shop will be an actual shop with half off instead of Greed himself. Unit 2, Evil Maza, and how to say your name and not kill myself at the same time? Puffy? Pufy. I'm assuming CGT is more of an acronym or a clan tag. I'm gonna call you Puffy until you tell me that it's a completely wrong way of saying it and slap me in the face through the internets. And even more ability to keep ourselves alive. Well, thank you, Scout. You have a wonderful name. You have a wonderful way about you, sir. And you know what? Just to be a jerk, let's get more items. So yeah, this is a hilarious run, to say the least. It might be worth trying to turn into Guppy, even though the 9 lives would totally ruin everything, just for the principle of it. Oh, actually, you're French. I'm terrible about pronouncing people's names anyway, but I would love to try and figure out one day how to say yours. A lot of people that watch me are European or Scandinavian or something along those lines, to the fact that I'm terrible about saying the name, but your countries are always the coolest countries. You guys are always really nice. We could have probably played that. I forgot we had the ladder. And we could have probably avoided that sometime. You know, hey. Nothing wrong with America, where I live, but it's a lot of you Euros are really, really amazing peoples. I think of Scandinavians actually as a slightly different. It's kind of like South America, North America, and stuff. It's kind of the same difference. It just depends who you ask. Because I have a lot of Scandinavian heritage in me, actually. And sometimes it depends how I think of it. Yes, it's a Muslim nation now. You guys didn't see that on the news yesterday? It was very quick. Like, nope, we've decided within the 30 seconds that everybody wasn't paying attention that we're going to be a Muslim nation now. Nothing wrong with that. It might kind of be take a little while to get used to. We'll have to change the maps and stuff, which is always a pain in the ass. Savial, welcome back. Once again, more names I'm going to inevitably, if not already have, totally screw up. I don't know if Pinky Eye is going to work with Epic Fetus. I kind of assume it won't, but we'll pick it up anyway. I feel like I need like a different cursor, like a theme cursor or something right now. Looks really plain. No, actually, Shady. What is that? I don't, if that's a TV series, then definitely, that's why I've never heard of it. If it's a YouTube series or something, wow, really? Monster Manual in here? That's kind of awful. We're going to take it. I'll use it just for the shoot and giggles of it. Sister Maggie, it's actually half decent. But I don't want to ever see it again. Ever. Seriously, when you get Epic Fetus, it's complete mindlessness. Monster Manual, or Manuel, because it's actually a typo. For one room, it will give you a random familiar. So, not good, not terrible. I forget what the recharge rate on it is, because I've never actually used it. You know, I've never held on to it for more than, I don't know, like a room, or, you know, picked up and then put it back down. But theoretically, if the recharge rate's kind of fast, it's not bad. Okay, so we're going to get a deal with the devil, which is kind of... PC Quest, welcome. Awesome name. I'm going to give up the Book of Rev to whore out even more items. So what do we have here? We're going to get a sub-boss on this stage, which is nice. Oh, nice, Ultra Pride. So we will re-unlock the left hand for, I don't know, the 20th time or something. And I'll hold on to that and Maggie's Faith, actually. Yeah, I thought about it, to be honest, Hoog, especially after we were talking about how hilarious that would be. But considering I'm probably going to get myself killed from not paying attention, it would be better just to hold on to the health. The amount of confidence I have in my playing abilities today are not overly high. And of course, we're going to get the other powerful item that we need. Okay, I guess we're going to turn into Guppy. So we'll try for Guppy now. So I think we've received every single overpowered item in the game, except maybe now flying of some sort. Ridiculous. Solus would have shot himself in the face by now already. I mean, he would have just been pissed at this luck. Actually, RPGs are my favorite type of game. I haven't played one for a long time. Of course, there's Blue Candle. I don't think so, Hoog. I don't think it would shoot like 4 bombs. But yeah, I don't think it would interact properly. But RPGs, one of my favorite types, and we're gonna get another free. I used to actually, I really like strategy RPGs. Oh, there's flying. God, this is ridiculous. Where's Cobalt to see this? Because I'm sure he's had runs like this. That guy. Speaking of streamers that I really like, Cobalt Streak. Look him up on Twitch. If you want to see more Binding of Isaac, if you want to see someone that's probably even better than me by quite a bit, I would assume. This guy is amazing. Highly entertaining, too. Plays lots of Isaac. Recently just beat... what did he say he beat? Oh, Dark Souls and some other stuff. But he actually will put on different hats that represent the different Isaac stuff that he's doing. Really entertaining, interacts with his people. Very popular, I think, too. But he came in and jumped into the stream the other day and hung out with us on Sunday. It was really cool. Good guy. I don't really want ice spades. Congratulations, Dark. That is awesome. That first win on Isaac, and all subsequent wins actually too, until, you know, just when you're at my point, it doesn't matter anymore. But those first 2 wins are big. Very nice, Dark. Congratulations. I'm tempted to delete my save and start over, but I think it's for runs like this, when you get like all these ridiculous items, we wouldn't be able to get anywhere near. So I think I'll probably not do that, and I'll wait for Rebirth to restart. But yeah, congratulations. Very groovy. Nice. What items did you have? Like, do you feel that there was one thing that really made you win, or were you just playing God mode, player status? I think we've already been here, right? Yep. 3 different times of the same one. Because why not? The nice evil. That's pretty good too, actually. It really getting the momentum for Isaac is a big thing. Once you can get the proper amount of momentum and then knowledge behind it, you'll be able to start beating the game a lot easier. You had really rubbish items, actually. Nice, even better than that. You were able to kick some ass. Also, we couldn't ask for a better item. This is going to allow us into the boss gauntlet room and give us lots of money. Can't level up. Welcome. How often does what happen even? And what do you mean, Hook? See, what do you see him as what? Devil card, sure, why not? Oh, the Ray. How many times does that happen? Well, there's 12 or 13 different endings in the game, Evil. Different ones that you acquire through different means. The thing about Binding of Isaac is you keep playing it over and over and over to unlock new items, unlock new characters, PhD, even better pills theoretically, or at least identify them. So it's definitely a game about replaying over and over. Blue circle. Where it says arrows, like up here at the top of my screen, or the little candle-looking thing to the right of it. Because this big blue circle right here, that's my tier effects. And because I have Polyphemus, which is an item that increases not only the size of my tiers, which are my shots, my bullets, but also vastly increases the damage and gives it a little bit of, okay, that's going to make it even more broken. So it just changes cosmetically depending on what I have. When I take damage, I have holy water. So every room, the first time I take damage, the little glass of holy water breaks and acts like lemon mishap. So anything that walks through it will take damage. Two of clubs will double our bombs. Justice, sure, why not? And what do you mean, Hoog? What do you mean what do they look like? Like, what do I imagine a Norse god to look like? Like, do I think of him as like Thor, like he was saying earlier, or do I see him like Greek or Roman, Apollo or Zeus, stuff like that? I don't know, like, the Norse gods, a lot of times I think of, just old school, like, Viking-esque, having a lot of Norwegian blood in me. I think of just, like, clothes they wear. I usually see a lot of them as, battle-esque, not much of thinkers, because I prefer the more battle hard gods than I do the thinkers. Although I do like the thinkers, just depending on which one. I don't know, to be honest, actually, how to describe that. We will take a little damage for that. I think Xena, welcome back as well. The clothes they wear. Nothing. Yeah, non-Greek or Roman, definitely. So no togas, probably not capes, or at least not half capes. I wouldn't even go so far as to say like kilts or anything like that. Oh god, the mouse button gets stuck on. I wouldn't see him as anything like that either. Oh, okay, you know what?
this is going to be interesting to play. I'm going to use the blue candle instead of Epic Fetus, so there we go. Oh, nice, the coin purse. You know what? Let's go with safety cap. Between what we look at them and the Americans that have the Marvel films. Oh, sure. Well, I did some I took some classes like Greek and Roman. Tim, what's up, buddy? Greek and Roman mythologies, and then also some looks into other gods as well, including Norse. So I'm somewhat aware of what they look like, but definitely, depending on whose interpretation, they do look a little different. But yeah, definitely what comic books portray him as and stuff is different. Not all chat messages do come up. Robert the Duck, welcome. I believe it to be a Twitch issue. Once again, I'm hoping that's maybe one of the things that they work on today as they go in and do the downtime, the maintenance time. Dark Messiah is something I'm thinking about maybe LP. Unfortunately, I can't stream it because there's no windowed mode in the game. And a lot of streaming software needs to have windowed. Certain games can still be played full screen, but I unfortunately was unable to get that working on the stream for me, which I was really sad about because I know Banshees wanted to see it. I just don't need the health, to be honest, Evil. Yes, it is a very old game, actually. To a diamond's gonna double our money that we don't need. Yeah, at this point, I'm just kind of cruising through the game. There's nothing that's gonna stop us except for ourselves. Only through sheer stupidity will I lose this one, which is very possible. I do quite often lose through. Well, I would say the only times I do lose are through sheer stupidity. Divine, welcome, and Donna the Shrimp, both of you, welcome back to the stream. Thanks for hanging out with me again. Good to see you as always. But this, we've had overpowered runs. We've had runs with Epic Fetus. We've had runs with Guppies. But to get not only Mom's Knife, Brimstone, Polyphemus, Flying, Blue Candle, Epic Fetus, Epic Hack, multiple off the wall, off the charts, red hearts. I mean, it's ridiculous. This is one of the more powerful runs, I think. That's awesome. It's a good game. From what I can tell, I'm kind of feeling it out a little bit to decide if it would be worth playing. Because how long is Dark Messiah? Another full health pill. Alright, screw it. We're beelining to the end of the game. Riot, welcome to the stream. I probably destroyed your name. I apologize. I can't use the blue candle when I have the mouse. Not that it's needed. This is far stronger, but we could try and use both at the same time, but I think that's asking a lot for my brain and hand-eye coordination. They expanded the game since you played it, probably? That's cool. I know Ban would know. It's just one of those games that he likes. Okay. Cathedral time. We're going to beeline it right to our boss. Oh, God. I don't know why my... What if my mouse is dying a little bit? Because it's... or it's a software issue. It's the... it keeps trying to shoot. Also, once again, for those of you that do have YouTubes or watch YouTubes, I recommend Can't Level Up, who also plays a lot of kind of random games, some Assassin's Creed, and some other stuff too. I just watched her play an Xbox Live Arcade game, a South Park game, Tenderman's Revenge, the demo. Looked interesting. It actually looked like a half-decent South Park game, which is kind of surprising since that license isn't always known for very strong gameplay. Some of the games have been really good. Some of them have been Like, I never played the little kart racing game that they had. I do remember like the old N64 games they had. That's really funny. I do what I want, can't level up. So screw you guys, I'm going home. Oh shit, I'm already home. Alright, well, you're all in luck. I might as well stream. Alright, so there you go. A Binding of Isaac run. Pretty much all but done. What do we have? Spider Butt, pretty powerful. Bean, not so much. Feathered, not so much. Full health. Health up. Oh, ridiculous. N64 was an amazing system. I had a lot of fun with it. I still think Super NES may be my favorite, just because that was kind of the era that I really started playing a lot of games. As much as I played my original Nintendo, I really feel the Super NES started coming out with even more quality games, since certain Nintendo games were either like ports of arcade cabinets, and so they were really, really hard, meant just to eat up continues. The Bean get carried. I like you already. You're fun. But yeah, good stuff. So let's pick up all these items just for the off chance they don't show up again. You know what? You know what? We're gonna get carried by the Bean, I think. We're gonna get carried by the Bean. Watch this. Watch this. Bean action, yeah! Now all we need are, let's see, homing bombs, Bob's Curse, Mr. Boom. I would assume those interact, or at least Mr. Boom might interact properly with Epic Fetus. I don't remember why we have super speed. Maybe Transcendence gave us some speed up. It's definitely not normal speed. And then that's the one thing too. Once you enter, and I think it's the Cathedral and on, so that includes the chest, all the enemies roughly have about 2 times the health they normally do. So the fact that we're tearing through them in 1 or 2 hits means, like you said, we are a bit overpowered. The Bean! But definitely clenching the Bean, the most powerful item that we have here, will definitely carry us into the final boss. Oh, I forgot we had the Nuns have it too. Nuns have it, a really powerful passive. These guys are not taking a lot of damage. Luckily they're sitting next to each other so we can hit both of them for the most part. All the Bean does is once per room you do this, and if they're close enough to you, it'll do poison damage to them. It's in effect one of the worst items in the game. Now, there are worse, definitely, but it is definitely one of the worst. There's Mr. Boom, so I'm thinking, what was I thinking of? What is the extra blast damage? Now the reason I'm going through all these different rooms is to try and pick up more items. Once you're in the chest, all chests, no matter what they look like, become chests with items in them. So we can pick up, technically, the Black Bean, which is the bean but a passive item. And every time you take damage, it'll actually do the same effect. But we're getting really bad luck. We're not getting any chest drops. We're instead picking up keys and other things that we do not need. There's a chest. And as promised, poop. Oh, yeah. Theoretically, an even better item than the bean. So we're gonna roll with this. We're gonna get carried even harder. We're getting hyper carried now. So what we're gonna do is strategically place this poop to block some of those flies. Oh yeah, get wrecked. Oh, we get more poop. Oh yeah. Okay, I should probably start trying to kill these guys. More poop. We are literally shitting on Monstro 2s. Couldn't resist, sorry. Yeah, these guys are kind of being a pain in the ass. Just die. It is inevitable. The bullet is enormous. You cannot hope to evade it. Woo! Pooping. I'm definitely something. Funny is probably a nice way of saying it. So thank you. Mentally unstable, maybe slightly more honest. But I appreciate that. Spider. Screw off. Magician card. Completely worthless. But yeah, what I'm thinking today, since Twitch is going to go down, I wanted to stream a little bit earlier. So those of you that were able to come out early, maybe saw it on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Sublove, Steam group. I try as hard as I can to let everybody know. Nonetheless, thanks for coming out. But because I won't be streaming as... Well, Wednesday's not a super late stream anyway. But since I'm not going to be streaming the normal hours, I was thinking of trying to record a lot today. So that means more Tomb Raider, which I'll be uploading daily until that's finished. And then also I'll probably start a new Civilization 5 Let's Play. What would you guys like to see? I know Lacrid watches Civ 5 and usually comments quite often too. What would you guys like to see? I have some ideas of what I'm thinking of doing, but I always like to ask what people want to see. I know some people have been asking about America. Some people have been asking about like Huns. Being that we are on the Immortal difficulty, we're kind of running out of the civs that are good. I've played them. So we're kind of running into civs that are not so great. I actually thought about a marathon run, but I'm willing to bet I'd probably do bad because I've never played a marathon, and I think the term timers would probably really screw me up. What would you say? You know what? We're gonna use this strategically and see if it can block attacks. It doesn't seem. What would you say? Is the game easier or harder AI-wise on Marathon? Like, because of the fact that they get production and research bonuses playing on harder difficulties, does Marathon make it easier or harder? Does it change it? Alright, for everybody watching on YouTube, because I will upload this to YouTube later, especially so Solus can see this run. Everybody on YouTube, have a good one. And everybody in the stream, we're going to stream some more. Well, thank you, Can't Level Up. Bluetooth or Marathon? No, that's nothing wrong with that at all, Lacrid. At all. Civ is a hard game. Theoretically, a lot of the games I play are hard. I just am an idiot, so I make